What's going on YouTube? It's just XO and we're back with another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about my personal wish list for Xenoverse 3. As you guys don't know, Xenoverse 3 has been announced. You know, all us Dragon Ball fans, we eating good. We got Xenoverse around the corner. We got new Sparking Zero content. We got the Dragon Ball Beerus remake. We also got more content, such as in the anime. We're gonna get the Moral arc, the Nola arc. We eating good. After having a big drought. Rest in peace, Akira Toriyama. But him passing away has really slowed down Dragon Ball content. The manga hasn't been doing anything. I know we got Dragon Ball Daima, but that's that's really it. But yeah, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 is around the corner. I was planning to make this video a couple of years ago, but we didn't have no news about Xenoverse, and I just didn't want to make I didn't want to update an old video just because we got news. I wanted to wait. I've been waiting since, I want to say, since 2-3 years after Xenoverse 2 got released. It's kind of crazy that we pretty much got Rockstar treatment from Bandai with Xenoverse 2. I mean, Xenoverse 2 did generate a lot of money, but the waiting time just to get the third iteration of Xenoverse is just been crazy. But that's enough yapping. That's enough talking. Let's get into the list. So for the first thing I want Xenoverse to implement is, and the whole community can get behind this, we want spiked up hair in transformations. We've gone through Xenoverse 1. I understand, it's the limitation of PlayStation 3 for some reason. I don't know, because we had Budokai Tenkaichi and whatever. But our CACs, for some reason, we would transform Super Saiyan 1, Super Saiyan 2. Our hair would just stay the same. Fast forward to Xenoverse 2, we requested it from Xenoverse 1 going into 2. So you would think that in Xenoverse 2, they would at least give us that. But no. Once again, hair doesn't spike up. I hope that in Xenoverse 3, we could get something like that. It's been 10 years. Software now, PCs, PS5s, Xboxes, Nintendo Switches. We have the capabilities of getting that. Those things, that's really simple. If Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, Goten, Trunks, everybody, if they could do it, our CACs could do it too. To add on to transformations, to spiking up transformations, spiky hair, give us more hairstyles as well. Stop reusing hairstyles from Xenoverse 1 and Xenoverse 2. I understand you can transfer some hairstyles from those two games, but give us more unique options. Give us Broly's hair, give us Goku, Vegeta, give us a lot of hairs. There's a lot of people in the community, they like role playing. They beat the story as Goku, beat the story as Vegeta. So give us things we can play with. Also add hairs from other games. We had Ultimate Tenkaichi. You could grab hairs from there. There are a lot of possibilities with just those two things. But that's enough. For my second thing I want them to add a voice chat into the lobby. I don't know. I haven't played Xenoverse 2 in a minute, so I don't know if there is voice chat in the lobby, in the free roam lobby. I don't know, but adding voice chat would make, it's like a quality of life improvement. You able to just have a squad, just walk around, do side activities like Krillin's milk delivery or Yamcha's stone uh little side quest. That would make it a little bit fun. Adding on to that, it would be a great idea to have, like, instead of going into the online battle section, you could just challenge anybody, anywhere, anytime. Just fight in whatever city we're having next. Like, we could just go to, let's say in Kantan City, for example, we could just go to the desert area and just have a fight right there. That would be great. Instead of just, like, have interact. Like, I want to interact with not only the other players, but the environment as well. Like, let's say I just punched you through a wall, and then you just go flying into whatever and breaks. You break the whole entire section of that area. Like, I understand a lot of frame rates would drop, but something like that would be fun. Just to interact with your friends and with the environment and all of that. Number 3, custom moves. I understand, I think there's like 500, 600 moves, something like that. I know there was like 200 in Xenoverse 1, 200, 300. I know they doubled that for Xenoverse 2, but instead of adding, you could add the regular moves, Kamehameha, whatever, but add more unique moves that are not in the anime, or that are not in the manga, or that are not in movies, like things that make our character unique and separated from the character selection. Like, the revamp has done a great job just implementing just unique moves and like different things. That would be really good. It doesn't really need to happen. I really haven't had any problems with none of the moves we have, but having more and more uniqueness definitely can help. For number 4, I would say story mode wise, I'll say picking a side. Picking a side in, like, just picking a faction, either being a time patroller or being a time breaker, and those things having an effect on the story would make it great, and it would make it enjoyable. Like, some people don't want to be the good guy all the time. Some people, like, when I remember in the Saiyan saga, when you fight Turles, he said, "Oh, you should maybe join me. You have all the riches in the world, you have all the food you want, you have all the power you want." Some people, they were like, "Oh," like, some people would love to take that offer. I don't want to work for Supreme Kaitam. I don't want to work for Trunks no more. I want to be a bad guy. I want to be a time breaker. That would be, like, for us, giving us that option would be cool. Number 5, I would say a more varied roster, like, give us variety. There was a lot of characters that were missing. We missed Semi-Perfect Cell. We missed Tapion. Tapion got added in, I say, DLC, but we didn't have Hyperdragon. Just a lot of, we didn't have none of the Cooler Squad. Like, I understand you making some characters DLC. Of course, you gotta make your money by any means, but add characters, add characters from the non-canon movies. Add, like, don't just give me, like, and also, like, make the character selection, like, more flush. Like, I don't want, like, 50 variations of Goku. Like, just make it by section. Like, I want, like, if it could be organized, it would be cool. Also, give us Great Ape. Like, give us Raditz Great Ape, Nappa Great Ape, Bardock Great Ape, Kid Goku Great Ape. Like, give us variety. That's what people mainly want. You know, you could have a stacked roster, but when you have repeat characters, like that just makes it, like like for example, having Jiren and then Jiren full power. I don't know why it's the two different selections. Like it should be a transformation in itself, but hey, just DLC for you. Number 6, this for Saiyans, mainly Saiyans. Give us Tails. Um, I, people have been asking for that. Like, give us tail physics. People have been asking for that for ever since Xenoverse 1. Once like Xenoverse 2 came out, people were just asking for that. I remember watching other YouTubers, Wishlist. They were asking for tail animations, tail transforms when I like tail changes when I transform. You know, simple things. The revamp did a great job with it. So it's possible to do so. You know, just literally just copy and paste Super Saiyan 4 Goku's tail into our character. Change the color. We're able to change the color with our hair, and that's it. Perfect. Damn, I lost track. I don't know from number 7, number 8, but number 7, target the whole story, including Dragon Ball and the non-canon events. Listen, I don't care if you make Dragon Ball a separate DLC. I don't care if you make movies separate DLC, but integrate the whole story of Dragon Ball, just like Budokai Tenkaichi 3 did. In Budokai Tenkaichi 3, we had Dragon Ball, we had the original story, we had the what ifs, and then we had GT, we had the movies. Like, implement those things. Like, y'all did a great job implementing more of the Android saga, you know, and implementing the more of the Boo saga. Like, that was cool, but I feel like y'all could have done more. Y'all could have definitely done more with the story, because there were gaps. There were definitely a lot of gaps within the story, but it had to be different. Like, that's why, like, we have had, like, what, 4? Like, we had, like, 10 games. Yeah, plenty of games to Dragon Ball that just repeat the same story. I understand, you know, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 adding their own twist, you know, with the time breakers and all of that, but I don't know how it's gonna work in Xenoverse 3, because we are in year 1000, which we are like we're past pretty much the Dragon Ball Online timeline as well. So Krillin will be old, Tien will be old, you know. Everybody, Goku's not around anymore, none of that, but I wonder how it's gonna work. If it's just us just saving the timeline again or going to the time nest. Don't know, but it would be great to see what they do now that we're in H1000. But I don't know. It's just something that I would want them to add. Just more story, pretty much. Number 8, I would say more transformations, not just for Saiyans. For Acrosians, aka the Frieza race, Majins, for Namekians, probably add an android race, you know, just things that we could play around with. Like, let's say the big race with them all, the Saiyans, you know, add, you know, just the regular Super Saiyan, boom, whatever, add legendary Super Saiyan. Like, make it so that it's either a rare drop or you have to, like, meet certain requirements or something. Like, give us give us just Super Kaioken. Like, give us things that we've seen in the anime. Super Saiyan 4. I thought we would get Super Saiyan 4 and Xenoverse 2 by the way they were going, like giving us all these other things. Give us the super Ultra Ego. Like, you know, just give us variety in transformations. I feel like Super Vegeta, the Future Saiyan, like, that's No, like instead of giving us that, just give us Ascended Super Saiyan, full power Super Saiyan. Just I don't know. I understand the difference in stats, but it's just all this. It's all repeat in a sense. This is like all repeat transformations from the ordinary Super Saiyan. For Frieza race, we missed a lot. We just apparently are in our final form. Like, no, like make it so that we go from first form to second form, third, fourth, full power. Give us Cooler's fifth form, something like that. Give us if you want, you could go out, you could stretch it out and give us metal form, and give us, well, we already have golden. Probably in the update, since Frieza's already achieved the new form, get the black transformation, Black Frieza, whatever. There's a lot of things that the Frieza race was missing that we thought were gonna get added, but at least they got something better than nothing. So yeah, humans. There's really nothing that you could give to the humans besides, like, I don't know, like Tien's multi-arm transformation, or like Roshi's full power, like something like that. Cause Power Pole Pro is the worst awoken ability you could just give to humans. Like, that was just bad. Like, you could have gave them anything but that. I'll be honest. Nobody's Power Pole Pro. The Mechians, you got they gave them the giantification. That was cool. But now Piccolo has opened the door to have Orange Namek and Awakened full power, whatever. Have a way that we could fuse, or we could absorb, like Piccolo did with Nail. We could absorb Nail, we could absorb Piccolo, we could absorb Kami, something like that. That would be cool. For the Majins, it's really not a lot you could do, but purification, transforming into like Super Buu, and absorption. Like, Majins should get something like that. Like absorption, you absorb a weak enemy, or you absorb, I don't know, I want to say like Super Buu did in Rage and Blast, where he would absorb Gotenks, or he would absorb Piccolo, or he would absorb Trunks. Give us something like that. That would be, it would be well balanced for like all forms. Like, you shouldn't just show favoritism towards the Saiyans, which is the biggest race. Of course, everybody wants to be a Saiyan, but other people, you should be able to make a balance for all the races. Like, just don't pick favorites in a sense. And for number 10, not really needed, but replayability. I feel like people beat the story, they beat the side content, and they just get tired of the game. They just wait until the DLC comes out. Y'all could really go the route of like Road 96. I think that's the name of it. Not a lot of people played it, but in that game, it's a selection. It's a choice-based game, but it has it has a lot of replayability that people just go. Like, you could have many many endings and whatever. I feel like Xenoverse, I don't want Xenoverse to do that, but just having replayability, like, I'm a time breaker, I want to do this. Boom, boom, boom. I'll beat the story like this. Basically, what they did with the few story, I forgot the name, Tokipedia. Give us something like that, but in the story, where we can just go and change things as we go. Like, what if all of a sudden we land in Raditz is fighting Piccolo and Goku, and then we just turn around and just fight Piccolo and Goku, and we help Raditz. See how the outcome would be. Like a lot of what ifs, basically. That would sauce up the story a little more. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Just yapping, just things that I've wanted over the years, things that I've seen the community talk about. But I'm really excited for Xenoverse 3. You know, it's been quite some time. And yeah, I just want to see what's in store. I'm also gonna be doing update videos on information that's being leaked, or information that's been given out. And yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Comment down below what other things y'all would want to get added into the game. I probably might do a part 2 depending on how this video goes. And yeah, that's pretty much it, y'all. Make sure y'all stay hydrated, stay safe, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.